Breaking news. Breaking news. In fact, hold on. We're going to listen. We're having breaking news. So I'm going to do something that I like to do. Breaking news. You know what? I'm gonna make a custom breaking news thing because but I love that intro. I do because I like it. I like it. All right? I like it. I'm gonna ask my friend, hey, can you make a breaking news kind of segment like boop, 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 boop? I don't know, something like that. But anyways, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. So Fani Willis, remember her? Well, turns out a decision was made. The judge says Fani Willis affair was tremendous lapse in judgment, but rules she could stay on the Trump Georgia case. What? Well, before we do, let's go ahead and first play this video right here. So let's go ahead and pull it up here, my lovelies. Let's go ahead and pull up this video here. Because Fani Willis, there we go.
Hey, Mika, we have a decision from Judge Scott McAfee of the Fulton County Superior Court. In a 23-page decision this morning, he finds that there is not an actual conflict of interest that was proven by the defendants here, but he also finds that there's significant appearance of impropriety that infects the entire.
Now, I find it to be, I think the Trump team was correct because, the guy that she was banging, was the lead prosecutor, even though he's not really an expert in handling cases like this. It was his first time. Be gentle.
Current structure of the prosecution team, and therefore he gives Fani Willis a choice. She can either choose to remove herself and her entire office from the prosecution of this case, or she can determine that Nathan Wade, the special assistant district attorney who has been helming the leadership of this case, can himself be removed from the case, which would allow her and the remainder of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office to go forward. Mika, that's a victory for Fani Willis here. But that having been said,
that's not a victory. That's not a victory at all, because it just realizes that, okay, she's got the option right now. She could stay on the case, or she kicks off her boy toy off it, right? But, but then again, too, she can remove herself completely. Now, this isn't the big win. This is not, Trump's still the nominee. At this point, all these cases, let's face it, legal proceedings take time, T-I-M-E, time. And by that time, Trump could be president. Uh-oh.
Despite the fact that she has been given an easy choice here, notwithstanding that, there is plenty here for the Trump folks to exploit, and in particular.
And there's a lot of political ammunition. If the Trump campaign doesn't use it, they're stupid. Okay, that's being honest here. If they don't use it, then they're stupid.
He finds that there was a failure to be as completely honest with the tribunal as these folks should have been. The quote that is really sticking in my mind right now is when he talks about the testimony of Nathan Wade and Fani Willis. He basically says that they did not put concerns that were raised by the defendants to rest, that while the defendants did not prove that there was an actual conflict of interest and meet their burden of proof, and odor of mendacity remains. That's a direct quote from page 16 of this opinion. And he says he's not under an obligation, again, I'm quoting to you, to ferret out every instance of potential dishonesty from each witness or defendant ever presented in open court, but reasonable questions about whether the district attorney and her hand-selected lead SATA, that means special assistant district attorney, testified untruthfully about the timing of their relationship, further underpin the finding of an appearance of impropriety and the need to make proportional efforts to cure it. At the end of his decision, Mika, he's essentially saying, look, disqualification isn't necessary here where there is a less drastic and sufficiently remedial solution available. And that's when he gives Fani Willis the choice.
So in other words, through all that lingo, what they're saying is, you dumbasses got caught banging. You two were effing and you got caught. Caught both of y'all with your pants down, panties down, all that kind of stuff. Screwing around. Embarrassing the entire legal proceeding here. Making the whole rule of law a joke. So he gave him an easy choice. This isn't a victory for her. Right now, the only victory is she's not facing any other severe charges, okay? Great. Great for her, right? But I remember giving this warning to liberals, especially when everyone was cheering, yeah, Trump, there's the mugshot. Oh, wait, Uno reverse card. Trump turned that mugshot into a rallying point that got him more support and energized his supporters even more so, because I remember saying this, you better hope that this Georgia prosecutor, she's squeaky clean, just like what the mayor was saying to Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. You better be ready. The media, the politicians, all going to come after you. Better hope you're squeaky clean. Now, of course, corporate media was going to come after her because, she's going after Trump. But some little hanky-panky was flying around, and Trump's team, of course, is going to take advantage of it, and it turns out it was true. So her easy way out is, no pun intended, either leave the whole case entirely or get rid of your boy toy. I wonder which one she's going to pick.
You can either remove yourself in your office, or you can say, as one of our colleagues said to me informally today, boy, bye, you're gone.
God, corporate media, you sicken me. Boy, bye. That's how they broke up. Nathan Wade's like, I gave her my heart. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Drink water, King. You were only on the hit list. She's got a whole roster. You think you're the only one special? She's going to move on. MoveOn.org.
Nathan Wade, and we will continue to prosecute this case. I just want to zoom out for a second, Mika, and also make one other point to you and our viewers. Notwithstanding the fact that Fani Willis gets to...
Hey, quit scratching on the mic. That's not me. Hold on. That's not me doing that. That's BSDNC.
For a second, Mika, and also make one other point to you and our viewers. Notwithstanding the fact that Fani Willis gets to remain on this case, the Trump team and the co-defendants really succeeded here in one other key respect. You know that the modus operandi of the Trump legal world is delay, delay, delay. This motion was made by Ashley Merchant, who is the lawyer for Mike Roman. He was the director of operations for Election Day for the Trump campaign. She made that motion on January 8th, 2024.
Can you stop scratching on the mic, lady? Somebody's scratching the mic, and they're going to get smacked upside the head.
We're now on March 15th. It took us more than 2 months to complete all of the briefing and evidentiary hearings and closing arguments, and now the decision on this. Yeah. And in the meantime, nothing else on this case moved forward.
Yes, nothing did move forward. That kind of sucks. But here, I want to play this up here because for our friends from Fox News.
The entire office out of the mix. He'd have to reassign this to another set of prosecutors. That would cause considerable delay. It could also cause the dismissal of the case if those new prosecutors looked at this racketeering theory and said, like many of us, wow, this doesn't really hold together very well. So this avoided the cliff, but it did not avoid the questions that will inevitably come up. It's like, finding two people in a bank vault and taking one off to jail. I mean, the question is, the appearance problem that the judge identified with regard to Wade was directly related to his relationship with Willis. They both testified in the same way. They were the two parts of this relationship. And yet only one of them was disqualified. And so that's going to lead to these questions. I mean, well, why should Willis escape that same penalty? The opinion leaves us feeling like the court went and shot the wounded.
Yeah, it's a great question. And there is always the question, unfortunately, of politics and the influence of politics potentially on this, because these are elected officials. They are up for election again in May. I believe all of the people involved here are up for, including the judge, up for election in May. So that may be why Judge Scott McAfee wanted to speak on his own behalf before this decision came down. And he spoke with WSB TV, and this is what he said. The message I want to convey is no ruling of mine is ever going to be based on politics. I'm going to be following the law the best I understand it. I just focus on the job I'm doing. I'm incredibly grateful for the last year I've been able to do this. I took this job not because I wanted to score partisan political points, didn't go looking for the spotlight. I did it because I love the law and giving people their day in court and being efficient about it. So, Jonathan, there will be speculation that this was a political move on his part. It's the easier road for him to take in many ways to leave Fani Willis in this spot. But judging based on what you watched in the courtroom, do you think that's fair?
Well, I have to say that I've been praising the judge, and I still believe that he has conducted himself in a fair and professional way. I think that this does take an element of courage for an elected state judge, because many people in Fulton County are not going to like the fact that he just disqualified Wade and gave credence to this theory of an improper relationship, an appearance issue that does touch upon Willis and her office. That's all for the good. The problem is the disjointed aspect of the opinion itself. It doesn't really hold together that well. The big question was, what is the standard? Is it just an appearance, or do you have to show an actual conflict? He indicates that he believes it is indeed the appearance standard. Well, if that's the case, I don't see how Willis could escape disqualification.
And that's how a lot of people are going to be feeling this, because the thing is, no matter what, let's say she gets rid of Nathan Wade, still stays on the case, people are going to be viewing her, as well as the Trump campaign, as someone who is tarnished. I mean, the vote blue no matter who crowd, you might be happy that Fani is still there, but who's going to take her case seriously, knowing that she had her boyfriend, her boy toy, there leading the charge? I mean, the thing is, if she has that one skeleton in the closet, well, who knows what else is in there? Who knows how deep it goes? Who knows how far her hypocrisy truly lands? And the thing is, a lot of these individuals who are so keen on trying to destroy Trump, remember, they're the biggest hypocrites of them all. I mean, this isn't the first time Donald Trump's gone to court, nor will it be the last. But the thing is, all these people who are so excited and trying to defeat Trump, you don't realize that all these legal things are, it takes time. There's always the appeal process. There's always that. And, oh, wait. I'm so sorry. There's an election happening. And there's a very good chance that Donald Trump could win it. And then what? You know what we're going to have? More segments of, the walls are closing in on Trump. There's legal proceedings happening. Walls are closing in on Trump. No one cares. No one cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Many people believe that both of these prosecutors lied on the stand, that there were false statements submitted to courts. The key about that is Willis and Wade are prosecuting people in this case for that very conduct. And so it's hard to see how Willis continuing the case does not undermine it in the eyes of the public and hurts the case overall. In some ways, this result may actually appeal to Trump and his defendants. They established that there was an improper relationship, at least for the purposes of disqualification, and they left a wounded Willis to continue on in the case. And she will stand accused of false statements as she prosecutes others for that type of conduct.
And the thing is, he's right. So what can we take away from this? It's all one big distraction, especially Fani Willis. She's got to live with the L of, oh, no, now no one's going to take her seriously anymore because of her own hypocrisy, because of her own failures. It's really sad and pathetic when you really look at it, just how pathetic a lot of these Democrats, these politicians are. Frauds all around, losers all around, and once again, these legal proceedings, all this trying to get Trump behind bars or kick him off the election, it's not going to work. He's the nominee, and they're going to have to face off against him. And they're going to realize that all this time trying to go after him legally with these proceedings was stupid, when in fact, you could have debated him. You could have made your candidates better. But because they're afraid, because they're weak and impotent, mediocre, lackluster, just individuals who have high opinions of themselves, well, of course they're going to fail. See, this was the coward's way out, legal proceedings. Oh, we're going to take you to court, Trump. Trump doesn't care. Neither does his supporters. So, Fani, I don't know. You stay on the case, you're still an embarrassment. Get off the case, you're still an embarrassment. And Trump's probably going to walk away. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. But that's not going to stop him. He's the nominee. Good luck, Democrats. You'll need it, but I won't be there to help you.